Hello, friends.
We're back.
Today is Saturday, July 5th. This is our Flosstube number 78. I'm Roberta.
I'm Linnie.
And we are
the
SABLEStitchers. SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy. And so this is a video mostly about cross stitch, some other crafting endeavors, and we have a lot to share as usual, and it's been 3 weeks, so we're excited to be back with you. We hope if you like our content that you will consider liking and subscribing and hit the notification button so that we can stay in touch with you. All right, so
I hope you all had a happy 4th of July, and our little animals, thanks to some calming gummies, they slept all the way through it. So I'm so glad that they weren't so upset, because storms and fireworks just scare them to death. But anyway, we had a fairly quiet. The kids had gone out of town, and they're in Oklahoma. A friend of theirs had invited them down to their lake house, and so they're having a great time skiing and fishing and tubing, and so they're having a great time. I guess a little update. It's good news, and thank you from the bottom of my heart of all the prayers and support and happy mail and little presents and prayers mostly. I just thank you. Surgery went well. I'm in my second week. I have a follow-up next week, and
I'm glad it's a big relief to have that passed and be on the healing route.
I'm feeling a whole lot better. Every day was better, but I'm feeling a whole lot better. This is actually my first day out in makeup and clothes. So it feels good to be amongst friends, and we had Stitchy Club this morning, and it's just a happy day. It's just a great day to have a great day. So news came back from the biopsy, and the cancer was not in the lymph nodes.
So prayer answered.
And I think I was worried about that more than anything. So anyway, thank you.
One day at a time, and just keep making progress, and it's all.
Anyway, I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful and grateful.
A lot of things
and blessed. Thank you, people.
Well, you got a lot of stitching, a lot of other things a lot of grandkids to see.
Yep.
Grow up and get married and all that kind of thing.
I did. I wasn't able to stitch for the last 2 weeks. However, I hope my doctor doesn't watch Flosstube. I may have got in a little bit, but because we can't go 2 weeks without stitching.
Well, and what muscles do doctors think that? I mean, do doctors really know?
I don't know. I mean, they said nothing repetitive, because I told them we had a pool. And they said, well, no swimming. And it's like, duh. My pool is floating on a raft, so I figure how to get in the pool and lift my arm up so it doesn't get wet. And I slid down the steps and boop, 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 boop on the raft. But it's like, and the raft sets up fairly high off the water. So it was fun to just kind of float around until it got super.
Get in your happy place.
I was in my happy place, and a good prayer. I like to pray in the pool. And but it got so hot. This week is so hot. But anyway, I just love you all. Thank you.
A lot of really wonderful comments. I've read through most of them. I think I
tried to answer you all, even if with a heart, but I read you all, and they made me cry. Your cards made me cry, but happy tears. And this lovely cross-stitch community is just, if you ever need anybody, I'm here. I mean, whatever I can do, because I know you've done it from, that's enough. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate all that, and our thoughts and prayers are also going out to people in Texas affected by the awful flooding. I've been getting news updates from my sister-in-laws. They are not near that area, but we had just been down near. I know one of my friends is texting another friend who lives near Fredericksburg, make sure he's okay. And I saw on Facebook that Comfort, Texas, the tinsmith's wife was kind of in danger, and they are all okay. So they posted that they're okay. But of course,
I know we have a lot of friends in Texas, and I know where you live, but I don't know the area as far as where the storms are, and just know that you're all in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, definitely. So, just kind of a life update. It's been 3 weeks, so there's been a lot going on in the past 3 weeks. I filmed a garden update and posted that, gorgeous. And I really do that for myself more than anything, because it's good for me to see how far I've come.
And it has changed. And what have we been doing this for 4 years? 3 years?
I think 3 years, yeah.
Okay, just to see how much it's grown.
Well, especially since I've been retired and able to not just plant things but to give them the care they need to so that they actually take root and come back the following year.
She's doing really good on her Miracle-Gro, guys. Her flowers look amazing.
Yes, but my husband cut the grass and told me I had 2 more hostas chewed to the ground by the rabbits, so I need to, Amazon Prime is coming. I have cages I ordered, the cloches, the wire cloches I ordered last year from Amazon Prime. I'm going to be seeing if those are on sale again, because I apparently need even more of those. So, so I enjoyed doing that. Thank you for all of those who watched and commented on that. I really appreciate that. I also got, I had mentioned I bought a new sewing machine. It's not here yet, but I got the bug to organize my craft room so that it is more functional when the machine does come, and I will probably include a little video of it at the end of this because it's like anything, you start pulling things out and reorganizing it, and it's just starts.
Like I said, I wasn't supposed to stitch a whole lot, which I did a little bit, but I did organize my floss, so it was fun then to get things up.
It avalanche.
It does, and it's like, oh, now I think and then you
one
do
thing
too much.
Leads to another. And so I changed some of the ways I was storing things to make better use of the space, found some different options. And so I'll probably include, like I said, the video here. Just if you're, I learned by watching how other people do it. And so maybe if you want to,
it's always a better idea out there.
Or give me more ideas. I always appreciate that. And then, a week ago, my friend Leslie and I made a trip to Paducah, Kentucky. She has a friend who has an antique shop there who was having an open house, and Leslie's been there for several years and invited me to go. So this year I was able to go. Last year I wasn't because it coincided with my husband's retirement, first day of retirement, so I wanted to be here for that. But this year I was free to go, and so I went, and it was wonderful. It was a really fast trip. We drove.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we drove really fast.
No. We obeyed the speed limits. But we drove down there on Friday, and we got to Paducah Friday afternoon, and we went to a shop called the Frayed Home, Frayed. And this is an antique shop and kind of a home goods shop owned by Jennifer and Norma Schneeman. And if you are a lover of folk art, you've probably heard of the Schneemans. They've done like very primitive dolls, little, animals, things from nature like leaves. I used to have a little moon they had made. They make it out of muslin. They antique it to look really old. Really, really cool things. They've been recognized by, I think, like Early American Life as being, some of the epitome of a traditional craftsperson kind of thing. So we went to that store, and I picked up a couple little things, but I just wanted to show you this. This is a little star made out of, old quilt. It's backed with old ticking, and then it's stuffed with lavender. And this was made by Jason Kantz of Dirt Home and Garden. I was not familiar with him, but Norma was there at the shop, and she said he's also very well renowned. I think he's in the South somewhere. So I picked up that for my 4th of July display, and it was really fun to see that shop in person. And then we went to the motel and cleaned up, and that evening we went over to the antique shop owner's house, which was a gorgeous brick Georgian full of colonial antiques and just beautifully displayed, beautifully curated. You know, obviously someone who is a longtime lover of that style of antiques, and who, you know, when you're in the business, I think, you know, you refine your eye and you can really pick out those really outstanding pieces, and the way things are displayed, it was just so much fun to see that.
Look at those antique shops and the vignettes. It's like, I can't just pick one thing, because the whole thing is what makes it look so.
Lots of ideas of things that would be fun to collect. But
yes.
So that was a lot of fun. And then the next morning we headed over to the shop bright and early so we could get in line, because, you know, you get little cards that denote your place in line, and the shop can only hold so many people at once, and I think we were 5 and 6. And so as soon as the shop opened, we went in. You get little tags that you put on whatever pieces you want. Well, you know me, I was looking for samplers. The owner had indicated she had several samplers in the shop. And I saw this one, and this was, this one just really spoke to me. This is, no, I better hold it because you're, I don't want you to.
Okay, I can use this arm.
I'm going to put it down a little bit here.
Okay.
This is Jane Treacher. This was stitched by a girl named Jane Treacher in 1829. I did some research on Heritage, myheritage.com yesterday, and looking, you know, figuring she was probably about 10 years old. I did find that Jane Treacher, born in 1817 in Hampshire, England. I do think it's English. I think I'm going to put it a little closer.
Okay.
I think it's silk on a very high count. And the thing that drew me to it was that brick house. I'm trying to, I guess there's a little reflection there. The brick house, the colors, the honeysuckle border. I think you can see the little butterflies. It's a very, what do you call it when they're symmetrical? That's the word I'm looking for. Symmetrical design, which appealed to me. The Adam and Eve, I have another Adam and Eve sampler, but for some reason that one does not have the snake. And as you can see, shows Eve actually picking the apples from the tree, the little lions. Just a lot of things I really liked about that. So that was the only thing I got, and that was worth it for me because I love it. I'm so happy.
Beautiful.
I'm so
The
happy
frame
to
is
get
so
that.
beautiful.
It is. It's really pretty, and that's
The greens that you love.
Yeah, I didn't have any provenance with it other than it had been purchased from, I think, the estate of another antique dealer. But my suspicion is that it's English. So that was a lot of fun. We got home Saturday night, and after a very short night, we got up early Sunday and left to go to San Diego because we were going to be watching our grandson for the week. And so got to San Diego, spent the week there. He's a little over 2. He's so busy.
Oh, he's so cute.
I'm showing Linnie a little video because he'll repeat everything you say, and it's just, you know, we just had so much fun. I mean, it's very tiring. He's just very busy.
Tiring.
He can, you can do something and it holds their attention for so long, and then you have to think of something else to do. So we did lots of walks. We went to the pool. We went to the beach. It was a very full week, but it was so much fun. So we got home yesterday in time for the fireworks because it's really, really loud here, and I was kind of worried about the cat being alone here and not knowing what's going on with all of that.
Yeah, because this is the first 4th of July since you.
This is our second one.
Oh, is it your second? Okay.
But she was fine. She was really pretty calm. I mean, we couldn't sleep. We're old and we were tired and wanted to go to bed, but you just can't with all of that going on. So, couple of short nights, but it's all good. I'm glad to be home for several weeks, and looking forward to doing some more stitching. So one more thing, my Etsy shop. I opened my Etsy shop again. right before I left for about a week and sold a lot of things. As I mentioned, I was reorganizing my craft room, and when you do that and my little mind starts spinning, things. And talking with one of my friends, Vanessa, at a recent retreat, she has a plan for things that she wants to see up on her walls. Well, there's certain things, I love stitching it all, but there's certain things, I don't know about you,
finished.
I really want to see them up on my wall, and, and just kind of looking at how many I have and trying to be somewhat realistic. I would rather let go of the things that I'm not as passionate about. I'm going to continue to go to retreats. New things are going to continue to come out. My priorities might change a bit, but there's some things that
you just can't pass up.
Or some things I want to pass along.
Or some things you can't pass.
Because
pass along,
they might be high on your list of priorities of stuff you want to stitch. And so if I already have it kitted up and, I'm going to go ahead and list it. So I hope to be listing some more things and reopening my Etsy shop on either tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. And I try to list a bunch at once so that, postage is expensive. If you see, like a kit and a pattern, or a kit and some linen, some things just to make it a little more economical for you, because I will combine postage. And the shop is SABLEStitcher Roberta, and I will probably try to put a link to it in the show notes, maybe scroll it here. I hope you check it out, and I hope you can find something you enjoy. I want to just purge a lot here so I don't have to do this again in the future. But and thank you for all those who have purchased, left me nice reviews. I really appreciate it. But it's been fun. All right, I did. I was updating my book of days I didn't take it with me on my trip, so I was updating it at Stitch Group today. Didn't do too much stitching. Did a lot of talking.
Yeah, it was real good. Oh, my arm's still a little bit sore. So
you want me to hold it
up?
up?
Just that left side. I did pretty good all through June until the 23rd, and then I was kind of just recovering and organizing floss, which really did help. But I got some stitching done, and even though they said I shouldn't, I figured out a way that I could, because me, I don't follow the rules too well. But anyway, that's my June, and sorry guys, sometimes turning the page is hard. And that's just a little bit of July. And I do want to put in real fast, I love stickers, and I try to sticker ahead, but I did receive so many wonderful things in the mail. I mean, it's been a tough couple weeks, but it's been a wonderful couple weeks. I want to show the sticker book that was sent to me from Barbara Hauser. She says, I know you can't stitch, but I bet you can sticker. And this book, she got it on Amazon. It's The Simple Life Cottage Core Idyllic Stickers. There's 600 of them.
Wow.
And if you can help me, maybe if you can just kind of, they're just so pretty. So I have had fun stickering, Barbara. Thank you this is just such a wonderful gift idea. So that was I did use in July. But anyway, I recommend this book, and I thank Barbara for.
There's a frog.
Oh, there's a frog.
Oh,
here,
another frog.
And little mushrooms and strawberries and sunflowers and teapots. So again, that's the name of it. And if you like to sticker your book of days, this is a great, great book. So thanks again, Barbara, for sharing. Okay,
here's my June. The last week in June, I worked on usually about 3 things every day. I have 2 things that I'm trying to do like a strand of floss a day on to try to get them over the finish line. And I have the July stickers. These are from Sadie Stickers. And let's
So pretty.
It'd be nice. Book is from Liberty of London, so I'm always interested to see what is being celebrated over in England or Great Britain this month. And they're commemorating the Battle of the Boyne, and they have a bank holiday in Ireland. So good to know. And then here is my last week. Last week being out of town, I took 2 things, so I didn't work on a whole lot of different things. But anyway, I need to get that up.
It's fun to keep track of.
It really is.
Yeah, no.
I'm getting close to a couple of finishes, so.
Okay. Do you have another finish?
I do have.
Okay.
Oh, I have a couple of finishes.
Okay.
I finished. I think I had started this on my last video. I did finish this.
Look at you.
I know it was really. It
you need to
was
teach me how
very
to do
time
that.
consuming, but it was a lot of fun. And can't think of who this kit is by right now.
Oh, I love the.
I'll have to
gosh, I love
put the
those.
scroll the name, because you start filming and your mind just goes. So I have that. I have that as part of my 4th of July display, and this might get added to the 4th of July display. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Teresa.
Teresa. And she's
Jersey Girl.
Yeah, Jersey Go Stitch Company. Stitch Go. So that's been fun. The other thing, couple of people, I know Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher is working on this, and she said in her video, I think Roberta did this. Yes, Roberta did do Caroline Amelia Trowell, and it was in my finished drawer for a while, and then I got it framed earlier this year at CC and Company. So I got kind of a Merle. Of course, this was another one. The first frame I picked, they called about 2 weeks later and said it's been discontinued. So, and I spent a long time picking that out. So I went back and I think this had been my number 2. I like with the little gold trim kind of, or fillet
Perfect.
kind of, picks up the gold in the print. And I love this piece. If you're working on this, it's a joy to stitch, and it's so fun to have that finished. So hope you enjoy stitching that if you're already working on that.
I got one thing finished, but it was just a small. This is from Roveras, America, and I'll hold that back up again. This was the pattern, and as you can see, there's another little addition of a ship that goes on the end of it, and I assume it's Mayflower. But when I cut my fabric, I don't know what I was thinking. I would think I had measured America, and that's what I cut it to. So I didn't have enough room to put the ship on. So, so I'm gonna.
Or Christopher Columbus.
Oh, Christopher.
Painting.
Yeah.
The
That makes more sense. Yeah, because he's got a little spyglass kind of looking. So I'll just do the ship on another one, and that way I can keep them together. So, and I just, this was some fabric that I had, just a little red, white, and blue.
Pretty. That's really pretty fabric.
And then I found a little flag button from just another button company. Okay, and then I only had one other finish from my Happy Basket, and I don't have it finished, but so it's a little beehive. And, those are so much fun. I just love these. And I want to thank friends that have sent me. I've got so many. This one, and this one, and then a little gnome, and a little mushroom.
Cute. These are adorable.
A little snail.
How fun.
And I had this one on my list to do because her name is Dolly, but I was going to use her for Linnie, but Dolly is my mom. And
sorry.
And then one more that was specially made is a little birthday cake. So those came to me in little happy mail.
Oh, and
so
that trim is so pretty.
Thank you. And another little happy mail. I wish I could show everything. I have just been so blessed. But you know my love of
Oh,
owls.
he's so cute.
So
Oh my goodness, he is adorable.
so
Cute.
anyway, Happy Basket is
You're getting
coming
there.
along, and then I've got the beehive, and then that's all I've got done on the bee. So I'm working on that, and then my next one is going to be this flowering tin can, watering can. So I love my Happy Basket. They make me happy.
So cute.
Okay.
I did have another finish. This is a Blackbird Designs leaflet that I started last year called Sweet Summer Come Again. I thought about changing the color of the basket a la Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher, and then I saw someone who had finished it with the brown. I think I went to a retreat and saw that as a smalls exchange. So I went ahead and did it with the brown. This is on 40 count suede from Needle Bling with the called for colors. So I need to finish that into a drum. But I did want to get that done. And thank you. On our last video, I showed I had finished Peace on Earth. And so far I only saw one viewer who mentioned this, but I do appreciate it. If you remember Peace on Earth, it has the little trees on either side of the house that have they look like little stockings. I had totally missed stitching one of those stockings. Oh. And so they told me exactly where to look. And
Isn't
of course,
that amazing?
I saw
you guys
it,
just amaze me.
I know.
You'll see that.
It was pretty obvious, I guess. But I'm thankful.
I don't know. You get so close to something that you just.
So I did. That one is now finished, and I'm waiting for a sale so I can get that one framed.
Get that framed. One other little happy mail I brought with me. Merritt Crawford had made this little L scissor holder for me, and it's just decorated so sweet. And I actually downloaded an L, because I wanted something monogrammed, and I think that's actually the same font. And she had a little pair of pink scissors.
I think that's adorable and really pretty backing.
And then she added a couple little owl buttons in there.
Cute.
You know how much we like owls.
Yes.
So thank you, Merritt, again. Thank you, everybody, again. Okay. That's it for Finny. Well, I'll just share this one thing. I'm exercising, you guys. I'm trying to get this arm up. My sister, I told you she was the hooker of the family. She rug hooked this for me back, and we'll turn it around. And it says, "In God we trust. Love you, Linnie. Lori Smirker, Bade," in the year 2000. She put that at the bottom. But I love to bring this out. I try to keep it up pretty. I'm sorry. Just hold that side. Okay. Try to keep it up as long as I can throughout the summer, from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And then it reminds me of my sister. Okay. All right.
That's very pretty. Okay, I just have whips.
I've got some whips and some kits. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My kit's up too.
We'll call the Whip Go. I picked Whip Go. Well, last month, I think I had bunnies and I don't know. Oh, an animal cracker.
Okay.
So I had
right.
Harrison, and I was working on Harrison because he's a bunny and an animal cracker. So I was able to pick him back up. But our Whip Go this month, I couldn't get any luckier for July and Christmas in July. And 16 was Prairie Schooler. So I have my little Prairie Schooler cards in here. So that was number 16.
Okay.
And then number 2 on my list was Old Winter. And I haven't picked, I don't know what to help me with that too. And I haven't picked this up in over a year. But I have a whole lot of him done. His rump area has a lot of the Quaker. And so it's a little, I'm not ready for him yet. But I got all the top done. I need to put the candles on his antlers and fill in the 1536. And, of course, a dangling thread. Me and Sarah, or Sarah and I. But anyway, so he's pretty. But how fortunate is it to pick 2 Christmas ones in July?
Oh, yeah.
So that just happened to be on my WIP page. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to start. I did work on WIP Go too, but I am going to start by showing you the 2 things that I'm closing in on a finish. I was working on this at Stitch Group, and then I got to chatting, so I'm in the middle of a thread here. So, but I am getting really close to finishing
so
Reverend
close.
Gordon's Squash Bomb. Sorry for the thread hanging there, talking about your dangling thread. But if I can take this out. Sorry. I am filling in the house. After I fill in the house, I need to add chimneys, a couple more of these sawtooth on the border, and then I'm going to do something, I don't know, instead of a pinwheel or something, instead of the called for swastikas, or I think they're backward swastikas, but still, I don't think I want to put that on there. And I might, you know what, I was telling Linnie when we were in California, when Enzo was sleeping, we rewatched Last of the Mohicans, and that was I love that. That's one of my favorite movies. I might put 1857 there, which is when that movie takes place during the French Indian War, instead of the 1861, which I think is kind of the beginning of the Revolutionary War. I'm not sure on that.
And if you haven't seen Last of the Mohicans, the music is absolutely fabulous.
It's very epic kind of music sound.
Love it.
So getting close to finish on that one. So that is one that I have been working on, doing one strand across the house every day.
I was looking at my WIP Go page to see if I was close to, and I have a couple to where I'm close to actually a WIP Go. You know, it's, oh no, I'm missing one. And I would have I'm missing 15. So
Okay.
I need 15, and then I'd have a bingo or a WIP Go.
Okay.
And then I only have 2 there. I have a lot there. 2 there. 1.
Well, should be pulling in a lot at the second half of this year.
Yep. So 2 rows I just need 1 more. Not that's a big deal, but it is. It's an accomplishment.
It's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And of course, mine's so fancy. I doubt you can even see it, but it does its job.
This is not ironed. I'm sorry. I went back to my Mary Cox piece. This is the other one. I'm doing like a strand of floss a day. So I am working on the nun stitch around this big part. I finished the needle book at the bottom there. That's another thing. Thank you to to those of you I had asked when I did this last month or last video. It said, I think, KZ here, and I didn't know what that. I couldn't find anything. Well, that is the initials of Mary Cox's granddaughters.
A granddaughter. Okay.
They said one of them was Zara. I don't know who the other one is. So
Knew there was a
I
reason.
just did. Yeah. Thank goodness I didn't just put KZ, thinking it was a thread or something like that. So that would have been kind of silly putting in someone else's granddaughter's initials there. So I just did a little decorative stitch there.
I did a blackbird, put in Barb Allen. Yeah.
So anyway, I am
Barbette.
hoping to finish the nun stitch around here, and by the time we film again, and maybe it will be.
I bet it will.
Fully finished. So that's kind of a big finish for me. I'm
Yes,
kind
it
of
was.
excited about closing in on that one.
Okay. To keep with the Americana theme, this was a new start for me, but I started in July the 4th, and I want to continue this for my 4th of July for 250 anniversary for next year, and I chose Annie B's Patriots Inn, and I really love the background, and I didn't have it, and it's called for Ligonier Latte by R&R.
Okay.
But I had this, and I thought it was pretty darn close.
Okay, yeah.
Can you see it?
I don't think it's showing up quite right, but it has pink undertones.
Oh, no, it isn't showing up right. But it really matches the pattern pretty darn good. But I wanted to work on her flag first. So that's, like I said, I just started it 4th of July, or yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's very pretty.
and that's 1/2, called for colors, but it's a mystery fabric.
Okay.
So don't know what I don't know what it's actually called, but I thought it was pretty darn close to the pattern.
Okay, so I did not get to both of my Whip Go calls in May.
May.
But so I went back because one of them was Christy Barron, and I did really want to work a little bit more on that. I love this. I love all the red in this pattern. This is one by Erica Michaels. Very classic design. So, and I am doing this on 40 count Ren with the called for flosses. And so I finished Little Bird, did a little more of the border. I love this. I think this is definitely another one that I would definitely want to see on my wall. And so I want to be able to give it some love. And so I think I'm going to be, and I guess mid-year you kind of do assessing and see what progress you've made and, how you're doing compared to how you thought you'd do. So I know that I've got sidetracked with some smalls, and I want to do less smalls and more of these kind of impact things. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now for the second half of 2025.
It just feels so good to be up and moving around. But, I just woke up happy this morning.
Yes.
And I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is I must have slept funny. Okay, next whip. I haven't showed you this in a while. It is because I haven't really done anything in a while, but this is my America. And I wish that they would reproduce this. Oh my gosh. I know so many people want it.
I've seen it on eBay a couple of times recently for like $75 or more.
So,
it's
but
pretty,
I haven't worked on it in a long time, and I just decided to really focus on it in June. I worked on it a lot more in June, but I'm going to, let's see. Well, how do we want to do this? I need to stretch. So this is what I've got so far. So I finished all the border, and I finished all underneath. I finished the whole flag, and then help me open it. And then I got, so I am going to do the background. It's a full coverage, and it's a darker color, but because my material is so light, I am going to put that in. But it's a nice fill-in, so I can just pick it up and take it to doctor's appointments or just whatever, stitch clubs, retreats. But really, all I have left to do as far as that is just down here. And then the insides. So, and I know you don't have to, but I think that really makes a difference. If you look at the pattern, try not to look at the border, or the frame, but the inside is kind of a taupey color. Mm-hmm. And I just think it focuses on that flag. And like I said, it was a big one, the blackbird, and I really like them to be just like the pattern.
Oh, so pretty.
So you can see, and then the America.
You see why people want it.
I know. And I don't blame you. This one was $7. So
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Okay. This was one of my Whipco calls for June. Sorry.
Oh, Jessie.
So this was one that we received at well, the first retreat
I think it was the
we
very
went
first
to,
retreat we went
first
to at
retreat,
Clover Station.
where we sat by each other and got to know each other. And I always like this piece, but I haven't touched it very much recently, so that's why we love Whip Go. It gives us a chance to pull things out we haven't touched recently and make some progress on it. So this part will be, if you can see here, we got this little paper mache house at the retreat, which we painted in distressed, and this is the piece that will go on top of that house. And so I made some progress on it. It still needs, what does it need? These are little acorns. They look like little rosebuds right now, but they're little acorns actually. So I need to add the little oak leaves. And I made a mistake. I miscounted. So if you were wondering why this border is thicker, this is outlined in none stitch, and the one on the outside was one too wide. So I stitched another row in here. And when I pull the thread, I don't know, I need to maybe unstitch it first, or can I just, I think if I just cut it away, pull the thread and cut it away, I don't think the extra border that I stitched there is going to be an issue, if that makes sense. But I'm enjoying stitching that one too. When we were at the retreat, here's a close-up of that little thing that I'm stitching right now. We got all the threads on this, all the floss on this pretty thread card.
Very pretty.
I know, I love it.
And then another new start that I worked on in June was I had seen. Oh gosh, I was on Flosstube. I saw somebody had started this, and it is, or had finished it. Pansy Patch Quilts, and it is the honeybee sampler. And I got this from Evertote, and I got the Roxy Floss to go with it, and actually the material, whatever it's called for, I have to look it up. So and I got a little bit done. I'm sorry, it's still on a hoop. And it's done on 36 arrowroot. Arrowroot. That's hard to say. Anyway, and like I said, it's not ironed. And it's all monochromatic, but the thread is just, I got the Roxy.
Oh yeah, that thread is pretty.
The
that
Roxy
they had.
Floss. Mm-hmm. It calls for 3 skeins. So, but it
wow.
is so variegated. And
You can't tell on there too much.
no, but this one you can kind of. This one is
It's really pretty.
but
That's looking really
but you can
pretty.
see it when you sew with it. It just you can see the variegation.
So
on it.
pretty.
So
Oh, that's going to be gorgeous.
so I started that.
Okay, this was my little start. I had mentioned I wanted to do this Song of Summer piece that is on the front of this. And this is over 1 stitching, and I'm doing it on 32 count. Oh, it fell off in here. What was this? Here it is. 32 count sheep straw by R&R. And that's how far I got. I was stitching on that. I think I started that in California. And so it just takes a while when you're stitching at row 1 like that. I was working on the little stars. So I want to keep plugging away at this one until I get it done too. But I didn't have my magnifier with me. There's a couple places I might need to touch up a little bit. I mean, look how tiny that is. It's not going to be too much bigger than that.
Teeny tiny.
I think I had showed a little wood paddle that I was thinking about using for finishing it. I think it's going to be too small for that even. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it now. But that's so cute. I mean, okay, that is another small, but it's small enough. I think I can add that to my rotation and get it done. And I just have one more.
Yeah, I don't have any more whips. The rest of them, I brought some that I kitted.
Okay. So this was my final whip, and this is a whip, but it's kind of a stitch along that I picked up again with Laurel, I Am a Stitch Nerd, and Jan from Hoop It Up with Jan.
Hi, Jan.
And
Hi, sis.
And it's Humming of Bees, the beautiful Humming of the Bees by Blackbird Designs. This is another one. I know just what wall I want to put it on. And it's not that huge. It looks like a big sampler, but when you get to stitching it, you can kind of see. So,
like the fabric.
And so this was kind of funny. I was sitting in my son's living room and I was stitching it, and here's what the back of the fabric looks like. And he said, "Mom, I think you got something on your fabric." And I said, "Oh, what?" And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, no, it's supposed to look like that."
You actually bought something? It's like buying the jeans with the knees torn out of it. You actually bought jeans with holes in them?
Oh, it was so funny. He, "Mom, you got something on the fabric." I know he thought I spilled coffee or food, but anyway, so that's how far I am. This is the called for colors, and this is 40 count. It's not Dirt Track. It is. I love this fabric.
Rainbow sleeve or
no? This is Fox and Rabbit. It is Duxbury.
Oh,
I love this.
That's very pretty.
I really love that.
I love the modeling in it.
And I look at that. Yeah, a lot of modeling on that. There are a lot of variegation on the thread for the beehive. This is so much fun to stitch. I don't know what it is about some pieces, but I just love working on this. It's just been a joy. Maybe because I haven't had to frog anything.
Oh, but that always is a good spot. That reminds me of
so fun.
A man walks into a pet store and asks for a dozen bees.
Oh.
And the clerk carefully counts out 13 bees. So the customer says to the clerk, he says, "Well, that's one too many bee." And he says, "Well, just think of it as a freebie." Okay. So I spent the week that I could organizing my floss. So everything that I had in the basket is back on the DMC ring or my variegated. So it gave me a whole opportunity to kit a few projects that I would really like to do, and they're in all seasons. But instead of going out and buying them, because I had this big grocery list when we went to Stitch Club today, and it felt so good when I actually got them all organized. I says, "Oh, don't need that one. Oh, don't need that one." So anyway, so I have just my kits to show.
I have kits too. There's so many fun things going on. Christine from Hollis Hands creates, I don't remember, what's it called? Summer holiday sale or something, where you start something Memorial Day and try to finish it by Labor Day. Sully Stitches.
She had a great
Tara.
Tara
From Sully Stitches is doing spooky
summer.
And she is so funny because I was watching her. I was watching her, and she said, "This one's stitched on Dark Soul," and I'm like, "Oh, well, that sounds like an interesting linen." And then I realized that's Dark Soil.
I love those accents, you guys.
So I know everyone is kind of teasing her about that, but I get it, because I thought Dark Soul. That sounds really.
That's a new
eerie,
color. Or But she's got a great Flosstube. She's taken all her finishes and from the beginning of the year, and not the whips, which I've never really thought about that. So I just don't keep track of. Lots of times, I show you our finishes, but to keep track of them. So it's a really neat idea to her. But she had a great Flosstube. And who else did that? Jessica? Sweetwater? I think Jessica at Sweetwater did the same thing.
This past week, being out of town. So.
And I thought I was going to have the TV all to myself. So we watched the History Channel, which is very interesting. But after a while, it's boring. So...
and I just did my nails yesterday, and I bought this last year. What was it called? I'll have to scroll it here. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing. But I don't know what I did wrong if I didn't put the polish underneath, but it's just peeling off like it's a little layer of plastic.
I saw that. I thought, did you cut yourself?
It's it's just peeling off.
I didn't get my nails. I didn't do them this time, but that gel.
I'll have to try it again.
I love that gel because it stays on forever.
Well, this is supposed to be like an alternative to gel. You can do it at your, at your own home, but apparently you have to do it the right way, or else it's going to just
what
peel
about your
right
gardening
off.
and all that kind of stuff? So
Well, I think it'll last through that if I just maybe put it on right. I don't know what I did wrong, so I'll have to Google and see if it's just that I didn't put it under the nail, maybe, and it's just flaking off on top. All
There's
right.
little pink shavings all
I know,
over the table.
all over. I don't want the cat to eat those.
Okay.
On my stuff.
Well, another gift that I received from Annie B's, she sent her project folder for
The Light of Winter?
Winter Rose
Oh,
Manor.
Winter, yes, sorry.
So, and I think, is this the one, Teresa, that you were talking about, that you wanted to start? So I'm getting ready to get this lined up. This is my first kitted project, and I have, there's my other little one. I have all the floss. I put it all together, and it's all called for, and I'm doing this I chose something different.
It's like a green undertone.
So
I think that'll be pretty.
I thought so too.
Kind of matches your bag.
Yeah, and it, really,
I
it's
think
kind
the
of
white will show up really nice on that.
So that's the pattern, and I know so many people have done it, and I've always wanted to do it. And thank you, Annie, for sharing this with me and sharing your bag with me. And I'm doing this on. Oh, that doesn't go together. Hope it's not a mystery piece. Oh, it is a mystery piece. I don't know, guys.
Is it? I don't know.
But it's got kind of a green tone to the back of it. I know it's not showing up on screen, but it's got a green tone with a little bit of yellow in it. But anyway, doggone it. I thought that way. Nope. I don't know, but as I usually don't. But anyway, so that's going to be one of my big starts. I wanted to do a blackbird this year. I try to do one a year, and so we'll see.
It's very happy stitching doing a blackbird.
I just love the curtains and the windows, and I think that's so pretty. So, you want to hit pause?
No.
Okay. So I've got that one lined up. Okay.
And then I know Carol Saltbox is doing sampler summer. So all of these pretty much are samplers and things I would love to start sooner rather than later, but obviously it's not going to be super soon. Thank you, Doreen, for this beautiful bag. She mentioned that she heard me say I love green. I do love green. And look at this the little accessory bag, the little needle, what is it?
Needle bed.
Bed, yeah, needle bed. Words are hard. I haven't had much sleep the past 2 nights. That's why I got home. The little, yes. This is adorable. I love to keep my needles in this. So this would be a perfect piece for this bag.
Yes, it would.
It is. It's in a cute bee bag right now, but I bet I could find something more appropriate for that. So I can get this out. Okay. Sorry for the crinkling. Susanna Pratt by Pineberry Lane. Oops. Isn't that pretty? It's another, the biggest part on that, I think, is the border. And then that might be over one stitching. I believe I bought this as a kit from Country Sampler. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we have the same bag.
Oh, so I bought this as a kit from Country Sampler.
Oh,
and what kind of linen is it on? I don't see offhand what linen it's on, but
You want me to look?
well, I can pull it out here real quick.
Here,
Sometimes it's written on
I
it.
get that.
Anyway, that's one I have had kitted up and ready to go for quite some time, so I'd love to get to that one. It's perfect.
It is done on
32 count tin roof. I don't usually do 32. I do like that color. So I might
36.
Well, it says 32 count.
It came as a kit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so, and this is an older pattern. This is from 2012. So I don't know if this was part of one of their clubs. But anyway,
very pretty.
So that is what I would like to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that transfer bags.
Really pretty
so
on that.
Perfect in there.
Yeah. And this is another kit. We got this at our retreat at Quilter Station. And this one is Delicious Autumn. Oh, I need to lift it up.
Oh yeah.
So I've been saving that one. And
if you do that, I'm happy to finish it for you or show you because I goofed up when I finished it.
Oh, okay.
I know what not to do.
Okay. I'm using whatever came in the kit. Well, it looks like we both got one of those little cuts. Oh. So that's the fabric, and it came with the silk, or not the silk, the colors, and then it came with a little bit of rickrack, and it came with a pretty ribbon, and I'm even saving the boxwood. Is that boxwood?
I've had that in there too.
And then it came with the backing to make the bag. So I've got that on my list to do. Oh, and I looked all over for the name of this, who made this bag. I found it on Etsy, and I'm sure it's an old quilt block that they made into a
sweet
project bag. So
very sweet.
I love this. I love these.
Let me see if this was a kit. I guess not. I guess I just bought the pattern. This is another one. I've kitted this up for a long time. Little Busy Bee by, is it the Little Busy Bee? Yes, the Little Busy Bee by Needlework Press. I actually saw this antique hanging in Vicki Jeanette's house when I had the opportunity to tour it. And it is, so pretty. Let's see. I think I have this cut. This is on.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, that's you.
It goes to the. I've got it in the wrong project box or project bag.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I haven't started this, so I don't have a card on this. So I'm not sure what this linen is. And then here's the called for floss. What's the called for linen is?
Classic Colorworks. Oh, the linen.
Heartland by Picture This Plus. They mention vintage pecan butter or buttercream or vintage country mocha. It's just kind of a brown linen, but I think that all looks very pretty on there.
Yep.
So,
yes. And I want to thank Doreen. She sent me, this is for my happy basket. So, and yes, Doreen, there's so many of them. I am using it for my happy basket. And it says, good vibes, radiate, sending rainbows, focus on the good. Today is a new day. Just very happy material. So there's the back. So thank you, Doreen, for thinking of us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was very sweet of you.
Very sweet. And again, I got the little floss bag and the little needle bag. And so very nice. Okay. Next. Okay, now we're on to Halloween. So
this is your spooky summer.
This is my spooky. So this one, I have to look and see which one. Oh, these are another. Okay, I finished this one, Midnight Watch, and you'll see that one again when fall time comes up because I have it framed and it turned out really cool. I have Away We Ride, but I chose to do.
That's a really cool border on that with all the black flowers.
I know. But I chose to do Halloween Eve.
Mm-hmm. That's
I love the crow
partner with Midnight Watch.
Yeah. So this is the one I chose. So, I didn't put my fabric in here. I had it all kitted up. Oh well, it must be at home. Shoot. Well, I got it all. I did have it kitted up. So there's my floss. But, okay. Now I don't even know what I did. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's... No, I'm not going for it. I have a loose bag of fabric, and I bet maybe that goes with this one.
Okay. My next one that I put wanted to start, and I want to start this on the 4th. I keep thinking I'm going to start on the 4th because it looks, it's not patriotic, but it has that look to it. Let No Net Ensnare, and this is by 1897 Schoolhouse. Here's the antique that it's based on, and I actually got the attic, did a conversion. Jean Lee made, I think she made it, the colors more true to what the antique is. And I had this little Brighton box I found in an antique store for just like a couple dollars. I thought this would be...
That's what our watches come in.
Oh, this would be perfect for storing that floss. Except I have one little extra one, but I can put it there. But anyway, I just thought that was so pretty.
I never thought I had a couple of those.
Oh, yeah, I had one too.
Never thought about it.
And this, I love little tin boxes. And then, what is this? So I bought this as a kit from, I believe I bought this as a kit from the attic. So I have it on 100 threes. And boy, this looks like this could be almost
used for
vintage pecan butter, maybe. I'm not sure. It's not marked. I don't have anything that indicates what it was, but wait, here it is. Oh, 36 count American chestnut.
Huh?
So I must have bought it, but it's all serge, so I must have got it specifically cut for this piece.
Oh, I don't think this is big enough.
I love borders. I just, I don't necessarily love stitching them, but I think that's a very unique border. It's so pretty.
Okay, let's see. I thought I had the right floss or fabric. That's not it. Okay, my next one is. Oh yes, that card goes in here. Okay, this is Peppermint and Pine by Brenda Gervais. It's on 36 Fiber on a Whim, Milk and Honey, and it's all the called for. No, I didn't. I said I started on January the 12th, but I didn't, so that's why I said I get it. To change that. So that's the milk and honey, and then these are all the called. Pretty. These are all the called for colors. Some are DMC, and then some are cottons. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna of course do the owl first, and then I'm gonna do the cardinal. And then I'll do the is that a vulture? No.
That's not like a nuthatch or...
Oh, I think it is a nuthatch, but I think I'm just going to do these two.
Okay.
So that was...
Nothing says Christmas like a vulture.
I know. It's like, is that a vulture? I said, well, I guess they sit in pine trees. Lenny, get your eyes checked.
Or a chickadee maybe, huh? A chickadee?
It should say what it is. I think it should.
Well,
but we got to know it's not a vulture.
I like that though.
Oh, it's a tufted titmouse.
Okay.
How appropriate. Okay.
That's our 12-year-old humor.
No, our 12-year-old humor and our 70-year-old body. We're back.
My next one is another one that I have kitted up at the attic. I think I kitted it up when I was there for Sampler Symposium this year. Several people have done this. Hannah Campbell. I know Audrey from Stitch Stitch Bead has done it. And I have so...
Is there a lot of colors? I was just looking at the back. Is there a lot of colors?
There are, yes.
I thought I saw that.
And one of them is this really fun metallic one.
Oh, look at that. Teal.
Isn't that pretty? And the 100 trees.
Oh, I wonder how that sews.
Who was saying they were having trouble? Was it Brenda was saying that it was knotting, that it knots for her? I know I have a lot of trouble with weeks knotting. And, oops, where goes my card? Here's the linen I have for this. I wonder if it has, I don't know what it is. It's kind of it's pretty dark.
Oh, it's straw. But the colors look gorgeous on it.
So that is another one I really would love to see. And my husband has Irish ancestry, so that would be very fun to have an Irish sampler up on the wall. And I love
the colors. I mean, I really do love.
And
all the
that ABC, the way she did the ABC is just so different. Oh,
very pretty.
Yes, Hannah Campbell, Ballipolati, Ireland.
I pledge allegiance to the flag because. Okay, this is going to be a fun one.
Why did I not write down what Linnie this was? I have no idea.
I love this Halloween bag. And then it's got crows all on the back of it. But this is... Oh, I meant to get colors for that and I forgot. This is Autumn Lane's Spooky Stroll. How cute is that, you guys? Oh, I can't wait. So... And it called for murky. Well, no, I guess it didn't call for storm, but I got murky instead. And
murky will be good.
Yeah, and it's DMC. Look at that cool bling. So it's 36 count murky, but I think that's going to be so pretty on there. And he's not very big, but I think that's going to be such a fun stitch. And that's by Autumn Lane.
I love that.
I do too.
I really like it. I think the murky will work out really well.
I think it looks, yeah. Oh, look at the bats. They have bright orange eyes, or maybe they're red. I don't know, but God, they're cute. Love that pattern.
This is one we were going to do with our stitch group last year, and I didn't even get it started. Light of Winter. I know several of them have finished it and have it framed, and it is gorgeous. I think Brenda's one. I got the floss all organized for this. What is it called for? Is this Mocha? Winter Brew. I bet this is Winter Brew. I think I got it. I might have got it as a kit because it looks like this is cut to size. So I would bet I bought this as a kit, maybe from Country Sampler. But usually they write on it. It might have what the linen is, so I might have that inside. That's another one I really would love to do.
Seem to have quite
maybe
a few.
I can get started this year.
Quite a few Halloween, I think. I must be ready for spooky summer. Want to give a shout out. We had a visitor at our Stitch Club this morning.
Very fun.
Celeste Harrington from Celeste Creates was in town. She's moving her daughter to Kansas City. She got a job here in town. And they came up for the weekend to move her in. And then she came into Quilter Station to visit. So, hello, Celeste. Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
We had so much fun. So, be safe driving home. Okay. I just bought this new this year. This is another kitted project. This was Winifred's Ride by...
This is from Market.
Yeah, from Market, from Finally a Farm Girl.
That one's so you.
Oh, isn't she adorable?
The sunflower and the witch.
She's on a sunflower broom instead of a witch's broom. And it says, the day of brooms as witches' steeds has given way to modern needs. And now in style, on stems of green, they ride around this Halloween. So, I just think this is going to be a fun one. This is 32 count Cafe au lait by Grace Notes. I don't even have them on a ring yet. Come on, Linnie. So, here's my colors on Cafe au lait.
That's really pretty.
So, get some purples. Oh, that's a really variegated. Look at that purple, kind of purple, black, gray. So anyway, this is going to be a fun one. So I'm going to start this one as soon as I can. And this bag, I love this
Makes
bag.
Me excited for fall.
I know it. It's that's our favorite.
And that's not your usual fall colors, but it's very pretty.
I know it, and I'm trying to.
The aqua, the little spiders.
I usually put the note in, or their card inside, but I didn't. But isn't that pretty? In the back. And then the little polka dots.
I have a really pretty new bag, but I don't think it's here too either. Because I'm listing stuff on Etsy, and I'm so proud of myself, and I gotta give myself an incentive. And I saw Susan from Vintage Owl Lady had a new bag.
Oh, I had a new bag. So
yes, it's like, good for listing. You deserve a new bag. All right. Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher has stitched this. I don't think the pattern, and I know Brenda stitched it too. The pattern just does not do this justice. It is absolutely stunning when you see it finished. I have the called for 40 count prairie grass, and I don't know if that's all the floss or not. I mean,
they go together so well.
It's so pretty, and this is one, people talk, you could just do one
I was gonna
a
say,
week, I wouldn't do one a day, but one a week, and just kind of plug away at it that way.
You take your smaller ones and...
I think that's so pretty, and it's to me, if it's under 300, it's not a huge one. It's 285 by 217, but still design sizes 14 1/4 by 10 3/4, so that is pretty big. Isn't that pretty?
It's a lot probably bigger than you think, but it's still, but you can do a motif. Okay, my next one again is Halloween. This is a Barbara Anna. And I have so many other seasons. I don't know why, but I just love Halloween. And I just don't think I can ever have enough. This is Barbara Anna's
I do too.
Hocus Pocus. And I've had this for quite a while. So I got her kitted up. I'm doing it on it's just a linen 32 count tinsmith. And I just used DMC. I shouldn't say that. That's what it calls for. So, but I think that's going to be pretty on there. So, and she's got lots of little, like tree and the key, and I don't think it'd be too hard to do.
Another Scarlet House kit, or Scarlet House piece. I guess this isn't quite the kit. This is the one that was offered at Hobby House last year for a retreat. I didn't make it to, but I didn't get the floss for it. I got 40 count paper bark from Fox and Rabbit for the linen. I still need to get the floss for this one, but this is Margaret Mossop 1843. I would imagine this will be out. Tanya will be releasing this to the general public. If it's a year after the retreat, it'll be in October or later this year. Another really unique border.
I like that one.
And I don't know if this is a reproduction or reimagined. Tanya does a lot of reimagining of samplers, but
She remind me of little Dutch people.
They do. And then the little bird on the side of the house.
I like that.
So many really pretty motifs in that border.
That's a big border.
Yes. That's pretty intense. Looks like a lot of color changes on those flowers. So pretty.
This is a bag, Stitch and Piece, Peace. So, and I bought this from her, and she had a mat, and so I take it to my fall retreats because it's got a nice mat that lays. Anyway, inside here, and it also came with a little ort. Okay. I've had this pattern for a very, very long time, and I've always wanted to do it. Little House Needlework Sunflower Inn. So I chose to kit this one up. And I'm doing it. Oh, this was a fabric club that I joined this year, and so far I've been very happy. Hand Dyes by Jim. This is a Edinburgh 36 count Leprechaun's Treasure. So that's the color. And he sent a couple free.
Oh, nice.
Couple free flosses. And
pumpkin patch.
Yeah. Pumpkin patch and Harbor Mist. I kept it just in case I might want to use it for. But this was the colors. It had some classic colorworks and some DMC.
Very pretty.
So I think that will be a happy. I love sunflowers. So I hope that I might have to look at that fabric again. I don't know if the yellows are too close. But I'm going to try.
The yellow looks very much like it
It
looks
does.
on the pattern page.
Maybe the yellows have other things around it. Oh, that's
Well, that one has a door,
okay. And then
but then you get the sun. You do want the sun to show
so
up.
we'll try it and see if we need to darken it. But I do like the fabric.
That too.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind of a classic, and you know I like my symmetrical patterns, and so this is very symmetrical. Francis Poole, 1832, by Brenda Gervais. I know a lot of people have done it. It's just so elegant. It just really looks on this lighter linen, and so this is 40 count. I have 40 count Thornfield for it, and boy, I have not organized my floss, so it's like I have a floss nest here, a little messy floss nest, but so I need to still organize this. I've had this one kitted up and kitted, but not organized for quite a while. I just think the colors are so pretty on that. It looks blue, but they're actually grays. This looks like, I wonder if the urns are this tarragon,
It looks like
maybe?
It looks like
Maybe
it.
the urns are the tarragon. It looks very blue, but there really isn't blue in here. So, I'll steal Linnie's blue. So, yes.
That was an evil laugh.
So pretty. Oh, I love it. I have that bag.
Do you have this bag? Okay, this is a brand new. This is part of my haul.
Yes.
Or
maybe I just admire you, so like, oh.
I did buy
That's pretty.
the bag, or got the bag this.
Oh, yeah. Olivia gave
Olivia.
those to us, maybe.
So, yes, she did give it to us. Yeah,
That's why we
she did give it to us. Okay, and duh. Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a very pretty video.
Oh. All right, this
I have
is.
shorts on, and I'm getting warm.
I'm warm too.
I wonder.
Turn the air down, up. Okay, this was a Kathy Barrick, another piece on earth, but a different piece on earth. But look at that handsome owl.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about.
Yes, that's the one. And I did get the silks for this one.
He's like pointing at something, but there's like a design
Oh,
on
and then
his
you have little
wing.
got like little Christmas trees in his wing.
Okay.
And then along with this, I did get. She always sends the silks in this cute little bag. Mm-hmm. I just love this. So
don't mix them up like I did. Though she's got
yeah,
silks for each project in their own bag.
So I need to. I'm going to start taking the pictures like Sarah does, and put them on my bag. I tried the hooks, and then I get done with them, and then I need a new hook. But anyway, so and I'm doing this on actually 18 count Tyco. Picture this plus. So it's just a nice, but I think the silks will be so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Like that one.
that's gonna be a fun one to do, and a big one. But
This is ridiculous. I have had this one kitted up for probably 4 years. Jane Stanwick's. And I remember buying this from Country Sampler. This might have been like one of the first kits I bought from them. It's on 35 count cocoa. Here's the linen. And I know so many people have done this. And then the called for flosses.
the floss and the linen just go so well together.
And I even have like the matching floss ring. I don't remember where I got that from. But
Well, I'll tell you one thing, girlfriend. We have a lot of stitching to do.
I know. I'm trying to see. I can't even see what year this came out, but I know a lot of people have done it. I'm pretty sure Carol has it hanging on her wall.
2012.
Oh, 2012. There you go. 13 years ago. So pretty.
You're good at math too.
What?
You're good at math too.
Oh, yes.
And my last kitted project that I have, that I brought today, and this is also a new purchase, and my windmills, my owls, but anyway, this is called Hog Wild Windmill. And so there's the pattern, and it's by La Di Da. And I'm going to call Olivia at Hillside Rookery, and I think I want the silks on this one.
Mm.
I did kit it up with DMC, so it's ready to go. But I might see what they apply to, and I might get some silks too. Anyway,
and that one's 2001, so that's 24.
Oh, well, how about okay? And I'm doing this on Tyco, but it's 32 count. So I mean, these will be beautiful too, and the silks. So if I get that'll just depend on when I start it, but I think I want the silks on. Okay.
Well, I just want to mention on the floss colors for this, if you think this is different than, if you didn't think this is different, because this was kitted by Country Sampler, the pattern calls for DMC, and they have converted it to overdyed flosses. Some DMC, but mostly overdyed flosses, so that's why they had their own conversion
where I got
on
this,
that.
but I love this.
I
have two or three of her bags, and I want to say Audrey or I'm sorry, but I love these bags. And if you see them on Etsy, grab them because they're a great size.
This is another design I have not seen. I haven't seen anyone do it, but I love it. I think it would go with the AL sampler that I did from Hello from Liz Matthews, this Dutch sampler. I know, Dutch.
My WhipGo actually says Dutch sampler, even though I have a number of Dutch samplers. But
oh, really?
But that's beautiful.
I think that's really pretty. I'm trying to see. Oh, this one is very big. You wouldn't think so, maybe. It is 383 by 403.
Ooh.
It's a reproduction of an 1839 Dutch sampler.
Boy, that is big. It doesn't look that big.
No. I don't know. I have this, let's see, Moon Shadow by Seraphim. And then I have the MPIs for this.
Oh. That'll be pretty on there.
Which I think...
That looks just... it looks a little more tan, but I bet...
But these are so... But look at that one's tan. That
Down
one
the bottom.
down there is kind of tan. But I thought those colors would look really pretty on that. Even...
Very pretty.
So... That was the last of my kits for this one. I might do some more for Sampler September.
I know. I've got
but I have more
so many more to do, but
that's why you can see I can afford to let a few of them go.
I did pick up this quilt. I'm kind of back into my hexies a little bit, and I saw this quilt, and I haven't really read into it, but I have I actually think I'm going to make it into a wool quilt. Oh. So, and then just applique the hexies on the front of a wool piece of fabric and just make it.
Well, you could do that in any colorway.
Really, it's like whatever. I have so much smaller wool pieces that I inherited from my sister, and they're just sitting in a box. And I thought,
that's a good idea.
I think I'm just going to take advantage and use different wool and then put a hexie on the front. So that'll be my winter project. Okay, that's it for me. The only other thing I picked up at Stitch Club today is I got the new Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine for summer and spring. And I think that's it for me.
Okay. We had winners for the last giveaway, and then I have a giveaway this time.
And I do too.
Okay.
Our winners for it was Carrot, which is Harris. Is that Harrison?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harrison was Jack's Nana. So congratulations, Nana. You won Harrison. So please send your email address to Roberta, and I'll get this out to you. And then the second, I just had her. Oh, here she is. Okay, my second winner was the Ladybug, and this goes to Pat Wiggers, 7872. So congratulations, Pat. Send your email to Roberta with your address, and we'll get it out to you.
Okay, and for my giveaway this week, I was inspired by Jackie from Comfort Stitching. When she hit a milestone, she just packaged a few things up and sent it to one viewer. And I will tell you just right now, with all the things I've been mailing out for the Etsy shop, all I could do is mailing out one more thing. So it's just kind of a goodie packet, and it's going to be a really pretty project bag.
Oh,
I'm going to include this Needlework Treasures book that we had received at a retreat. Has all of this really pretty fabric with it to complete the needle book. I'm also going to include this pattern for inspired by Lucianne, and this was a collaboration on perforated paper by Needlework Press and Scarlet House, and it includes the perforated paper. And then also finally, this was something that we received from Denise at Stitch Club to use as a giveaway, MC Sampler, and she's included the fabric and the floss.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is all going to be one giveaway, and so
let's see.
Keyword fun. Because this is going to be lots of fun for someone. So
Okay.
fun.
All right. I have two that I like, and these are duplicates as I was going through organizing. This one, well, we're past 4th of July, but it's still in the summer. So this is La-Di-Da, My Country. And I think we'll use country for this one. Okay. And my second one was, it's actually a needle book. I didn't do it as a needle book, but it would be really cute as a needle book. It's Not Forgotten Farm. It's got the robin on the front. And I think we'll just say robin. Okay, so robin and
Fun Country Robin.
Fun Country Robin.
Okay.
Put down.
Oh, good. I didn't see a pen. So I think we'll be back in. Well, we'll have
We
to
should.
see. We should
No,
be
I
back
think
in 2 weeks.
We should be. I do meet with.
Let's try to do a math. So if it would be Friday, I think that's the 18th. 14 and 4 would be 18th. So
Okay.
hopefully we will see you again the 18th of July. I might show you some more things. I'm thinking about some more of my sampler kits, and
who else? And who knows? I have. What I was going to do these 2 weeks was I was going to stencil all my wool projects that I have, and I didn't do that. So, but I have so many wool things that I've gotten behind on that I need to catch up on. So I might have a little wool for you, but who knows?
okay. Yes, because it's going to be, well, and then there might be, since this is Jolly July, might do some Christmas stitching this month.
My whip goes got my Christmas, and hopefully I get a Prairie Schooler done.
Yes. I forget what my other Whip Go project is for this month. I'll have to check that.
Okay.
But I do want to do that because it's been so fun to touch some of these things that have just been sitting around, and just to remember how much I want to work on everything, and a lot of really beautiful things out there.
Well, let's see.
Never enough time.
No. One more silly, though. I couldn't help it. These jokes come to me from Laura, who lives in Costa Rica, and she has been so precious to send me a chuckle every day. And they do. I just chuckle because so when I say them to you, I know you probably roll your eyes, but you can't help but smiling. And so, Laura, thank you for keeping me in smiles and sharing these. So this other one she had to send to me was, what do
Choo
you call a train carrying bubble gum?
choo train.
It is a choo-choo train.
We talked a lot about choo trains.
I bet you did. Well, this isn't my normal bedtime story, but I read it, and you may have seen it on Facebook, but I just think it was such a neat story, so I wanted to share it with you. Life is like a mayonnaise jar and 2 cups of coffee. When things in your life seem almost too much to handle, when 24 hours in a day are not enough, remember the mayonnaise jar and 2 cups of coffee. A professor stood before his philosophy class and had some items in front of him. When the class began, wordlessly he picked up a very large mayonnaise jar, and proceeded to fill it with golf balls. He then asked the students if the jar was full, and they agreed it was. The professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly, and the pebbles rolled into the open areas between the golf balls. He then asked the students again if the jar was full, and they agreed it was. The professor next picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand filled up everything else. He asked once more if the jar was full, and the students responded with a unanimous yes. The professor then produced 2 cups of coffee from under the table and poured the liquid into the jar, effectively filling the empty space between the sand, and the students laughed. Now, said the professor, as the laughter subsided, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The golf balls are the important things: God, family, children, health, friends, and favorite passions, cross-stitch. Things like that, things that if everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, a car, and the sand is everything else, just the small stuff. If you put the sand into the jar first, he continued, there is no room for the pebbles or the golf balls. The same goes for life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are important to you. So pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Play with your children. Take time to get a medical checkup. Take your partner out to dinner. There will always be time to clean the house and fix the disposal. Take care of the golf balls first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities. The rest is just sand. One of the students raised her hand and inquired what the coffee represented. The professor smiled. I'm glad you asked. It just goes to show that no matter how full your life may seem, there's always room for a cup of coffee and a friend.
Oh.
The end. So I just thought that was really
a message.
It was a very sweet message, and it just meant, I have goosebumps. It just meant so much to me of all your love and support and prayers. That there's always time for friends and a cup of coffee.
Very good message.
Okay.
Like that. So, well,
all right.
We hope to be back in 2 weeks. In the meantime, we hope you all stay safe and healthy and get lots of stitching time. We will see you in 2 weeks. God
Okay.
willing.
Love you guys.
Bye.